All thieves need is a few minutes to steal your car right from your doorstep.
It's so easy for the thieves and it's so fast. There has to be a way to stop the problem.
How bad is it? Last year, just in the city of Toronto, 8,000 vehicles were stolen. That's more than 20 every day. The majority of thefts are filling orders for organized crime syndicates. They ship and then sell the vehicles overseas. Every car is a potential target, old and new, and not just luxury vehicles.
We were one of 6 CRVs that were taken within the last 2 days.
How did he open it like that?
The thefts can happen anywhere, like this one in daylight, from a condo garage, and this parking lot. So you might be wondering, what can you do to reduce the risk of your car being stolen? Well, this guy, Bryan Gast, should be able to help us out on that. He's a vice president at the Equite Association, and it used to be a police officer. You know a lot about car theft, Bryan. I mean, what's going on right now? Why are we seeing such a surge in the numbers?
Yeah, you're starting to see a national problem. It's coast to coast, really concentrated in Ontario, largely driven by the supply chain issue over the last couple of years. Organized crime is definitely involved nationally and internationally, and Canada is becoming a source nation for these stolen vehicles to other countries.
So I feel a little bit naive. Like I have a car that's 3 years old. It has the blinking light on the dashboard that says the alarm is on. It's supposed to be like you can't start it if you try to hotwire the car. I thought I was impervious to having my car stolen. But I want to show you a video that we have a few videos to take a look at. And this is somebody with a relatively new, nice car. The video is in their driveway, and let's take a look at what happens. So here's somebody, Bryan, as far as I can tell, just coming in off the street. And what are they? They're checking the VIN, I guess, there, right?
Yeah, they just had a look at the VIN with their cell phone. They took a look at that.
And that's the number that we all have on our dashboard. And why does that matter?
Yeah, vehicle identification number. They're just either looking to see if it's the same one that they saw earlier or the one that they're after. And now you can see that they're punching the lock on that door to open it.
And you see right now what they're doing. They just saw a car go by, and so it's kind of like this funny combination of high tech and no tech, right? Like the no tech part is they're just hiding, crouching behind the car to try to not get caught. But the high tech part is they're going to figure out how to defeat the anti-theft system here.
And now they've gained entry into the vehicle. And this has all the characteristics of a reprogramming theft, which means they plugged their device into the onboard diagnostic ports, the OBD port, and they're able to reprogram a key fob and start the vehicle and drive it away.
Okay, let's look at another video of a car being stolen. I find this one particularly disturbing because of what this guy is about to do with the device. Describe this one for me.
Yeah, so far, just the fact that he's walking towards the front door. So this has the characteristics of what we call a relay attack. So he's got what appears to be an antenna or an extender. They're trying to communicate with the key fob, which was in the house.
So the homeowner here has their key fob inside their house, right? Like they assume that that's safe. And then that device that guy has on his backpack, it's somehow able to activate the key fob and then transmit. So it's as if the car owner is actually pressing the key fob to start the car. That's what this guy's simulating, right?
That's right. And if that's the way that they're targeting your vehicle for theft, like unfortunately there is multiple ways and entry points to vehicles of theft, but a Faraday pouch is what they're known as. It's a protective pouch that the key fob goes into and eliminates the radio frequency from transmitting out. Or you could use a metal box, anything that would be inside your house that would stop that. One thing which would probably be important to note is it doesn't necessarily happen in just driveways. When you're in the mall, if you're walking to the mall and you can't remember if in fact you locked your vehicle and you turn around and hit the lock button, if there's somebody in that general area with a code grabber or something that's going to intercept that radio frequency, when you come back from the mall, there's a good chance that your vehicle may be gone.
You see, what's interesting is I've heard these things before, but I kind of thought people were either exaggerating or being a little bit paranoid, but clearly people are using this. So we had a viewer who contacted us, Don Carter. He has a Lexus that was stolen on January the 5th, and we're going to look at at that video, and he figured everything right. He had his key fob in this Faraday bag. He used a data port lock. So as I understand it, a device you slide into that data port so that the thief can't. But take a look at what happens to his car.
As technology has advanced and it's harder for them to steal, you would think it would be tougher. But their equipment, their technology is so advanced. What used to take 10 minutes, 20 minutes to steal a vehicle can be done as quickly as seconds, 15, 20, 30 seconds to steal a vehicle now.
And as you said, it doesn't have to be out front of the house. It could even be, at the mall parking lot. I'm going to show one last video sent in to us by a gentleman named John Doig. He had a Jaguar. The police told him basically his car was ordered, and there was an order for a Jaguar, and that's why it got stolen. And as we look at the video, let me ask you a question. I'm sure a lot of other people have. What's some basic advice on how to? Sounds like there's no advice to completely theft-proof our car, but to reduce the chances.
Yeah, so good question. And really, it's a layered approach. We always suggest if you have a vehicle that's susceptible of theft, try and block it in, park it first. This particular vehicle is actually pointed towards the roadway and then susceptible of being stolen. If you can park in your garage, that's a great deterrent and of protection of being stolen. So I'm just watching this individual walk towards the car. The fact that nobody's walking towards the front door suggests, and it looks like he's bending down towards the area of where that OBD port would be. And then there's a bit of a jump in time. And this again would have the classifications and the characteristics of a reprogramming theft.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Your advice in this high-tech age includes things like, make it difficult to drive out of the driveway, put it in the garage, use one of those steering wheel locks. Sounds very much like 1985, but it also sounds like, well, you're the expert. These are the things that we need to do to make our neighbor's car maybe look more attractive than ours.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't take them long. And even if you think that your vehicle isn't susceptible, really any push button, keyless entry, keyless start vehicle is susceptible to theft. So if you think that your vehicle's not in the top 10 of being stolen, everybody should take the same precautions.
Okay, well, I'll take those precautions, and my neighbors may not like that, but at least I'll make my car a little harder to steal.
Perfect.